Welcome to Walton in Suffolk, probably the oldest settlement in Suffolk. We've got Neolithic burial sites in and around Walton, and the road that's running up through our settlement was the original Roman road that linked the port that they had down at Cobbold's Point, linking it all the way into the military road system serving Colchester and elsewhere. So it's a very ancient place, but most of it's been sort of built over. If you look behind or right hand side, you've got Walton Church, St Mary's. What would be very interesting would be to know what's beneath that, what the Romans used it for, because this is actually the highest point of our settlement. Now we're looking to do a little spot on Felixstowe TV over the next several weeks of the different communities that exist here on the peninsula between the River Orwell and the River Deben, which actually gave it the reason why it was settled in the first place, in that the soil was light, you had fishing available, so for Neolithic man life was good. What we're going to do is introduce you to the Roman layout of our village, hamlet, whatever you'd like to call it. So we'll go from here down into the main town. So come on, let's go and have a look-see. Hello, in our continuing trip through Walton and our Welcome to Walton special, we're on the Angel Inn Coffee House. This building, which is currently home to Walton Post Office, has now, in the old part of the building, which was the inn, has been refurbished and is a top of the range coffee house with treats, smoothies, lots of good stuff. So opposite Susan's Flowers, with parking about, we would welcome you to come and taste and settle and visit the rest of what Walton has to offer. Bye for now. Okay, you join us today in a very brand new Angel Inn. Now, is it a coffee house or is it a coffee house? It's a coffee house. So we're obviously going all the way back to the original home of coffee in London that led to the shares being traded in the coffee houses and the creation of the stock exchange. Now, whether the intent is here in Walton that they'll start a peninsular stock and share house, I don't know, but I don't think that's the intent, is it, young man?
Oh, I don't believe so, no.
And you're young, James.
I am, yes indeed, yes.
And you've been in business for all of 7 days.
Sorry?
You've been in business all of 7 days.
All of 7 days, yes.
Because you opened immediately after Easter, did you not?
We did indeed, yeah, Tuesday,
okay.
Yeah, we go today.
So let me just tell the viewer a little bit about the building that we're in. This is a very old surviving building here in Walton. It was, these are the things that it's been. It's been an inn, it's been a meeting house, it's been a lodging house, it's been sales and auctions, it's been the hiring of servants in the good old days when it was at Michaelmas and Pentecost and all the rest of it, when they used to line up in the street and they were either hired, and they were called the hirings. It's been the site of inquest, magistrate sessions, etc. So it's had a very long history, and it's been here for towards 500 years or more. And when you see the brickwork and the woodwork and the shape, this certainly has the memory of when it was a pub.
Yes.
And it was a pub running up just a couple of years before the Second World War. When it was closed and became a residence.
I think it was demolished in 1950.
30, yeah, it was. Yeah. Bits were knocked off in, but it ceased being a pub in 1937.
Yes.
So you mightn't recognise where we are, but we're actually next door to the post office in Walton, and that will be, it's being run by the same family.
Indeed it is, yes.
And it's an excellent use for a wonderful building. So you'll be able to see what choice there is from a point of view of cakes and snacks and specials, and I think we've got your whole range of coffees and tea. Now, interestingly, this cup of tea, and I do like a strong tea, is actually made with loose leaf tea. Now, that's a rarity in this day and age, so I'm very pleased to see that. Cheers to you. You know, I don't know whether you put any rum in this, because it's past midday and the Navy should have its splice of rum.
If only, eh?
Well, who knows at what point. So the hopes with this particular coffee house is what? That it becomes a meeting point within Walton?
Hopefully, yes. Yeah, well, because you don't really get anything like this in Walton.
No.
I mean, you've got the tea house down there, but it's not the same. It's a coffee house, light snacks.
Right.
So hopefully it will be, you know, for school runs, after school runs, mums, people that just fancy a cup of coffee, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are you doing sort of breakfast like? Are you doing anything for breakfast specific?
We do our birches in here.
Oh, right.
Which is like, it's like a cold porridge muesli.
Right.
Nice healthy option made with yogurt and apple and cinnamon.
Right.
And we also have our breakfast panini.
Right.
So we toast them, they come out warm with
So
egg
you're
bacon.
not doing anything as a bacon butty, which is one of my favourite styles. You can.
We can do,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, there you go. There. So a bacon butty and a coffee to get your day off to a start
Exactly
if you didn't have time. So you can, and you're serving that up until what, sort of mid-morning, or all through the day?
All through the day, yeah.
So anything that's on your menu,
anything, yeah,
whatever, and so you're accommodating too.
Yeah, exactly that.
So your range of coffees are?
Well, we have an espresso, all the way through to a white chocolate mocha.
Right.
So we do a little bit of everything. We've obviously got the lattes, the cappuccinos.
Good. And I see you're doing fruit teas and you're doing milkshakes.
Yep, and our milkshakes here, which are made through this wonderful machine.
Oh, well, that looks exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, and we're also doing fresh fruit smoothies as well.
Oh, brilliant. So you've got the healthy option.
We do,
because
indeed.
we're very, very keen on that. So there you are. So if you fancy a day shopping and we want to come somewhere actually that you haven't been for a while, we'd welcome you into Walton. Walton, the oldest settlement in Suffolk, running from the Beaker period of BC 2360-ish to the second Elizabethan age of 2015. So from the Angel Inn Coffee House, from James and myself, goodbye and thank you for visiting. Okay, well here we are at the choke point at Walton. Between the Walton Barbers and the Old Feathers, which is this part, was actually the narrowest part of the town layout. If you go down towards the Angel Inn Coffee House, opened a week ago, that really is the beginning of the Roman layout of our settlement. You can see how wide the street scene actually is all the way down to the other pub, the Half Moon, at the bottom of the street, and that is thought what would have happened here would have been the assembly area for the Roman legion, who were based at Walton Castle on the coast, which was a part of the Saxon shore defensive system that the Romans built. There were 11 castles in all, going all the way from sort of Norfolk all the way around to Hampshire and beyond, to take on the Saxon pirates and the rest. So sadly for us, that particular castle has fallen into the sea, but evidence of it is all around us. So thank you for joining us today, and Ness will now just pan around and show you what's happened to the front of the Feathers, which I think is going to be a couple of dwellings incorporated within it. So if you want to do a swing, Ness, be my guest. Okay, welcome to Susan's Flowers, which is actually owned and run by Sarah. That's just to confuse the unwary. Beautiful shop, absolutely glorious smell, and what I think Ness is trying to do is to capture the smell through photographs wherever she can. But this is one of the many businesses in Walton that's understated, does a superb service at an affordable price. Onward we go.